Scream 7 is in the middle of filming, and with the inevitable release date approaching, it had me thinking, what does Scream 7 need to do in order to be a smash hit? Well, today we will be going over the 10 things Scream 7 needs to do. Welcome back, I'm Sippin, and Scream has been my favorite horror franchise for as long as I can remember, dating back millennia.
I love you, bitch.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
And with all the recent news coming out about Scream 7, I won't lie, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm still optimistic. I'm on the edge of my seat biting my nails, let me just be real with you. But all is not lost. Today, me and a few buddies will be going over the 10 things Scream 7 needs to do in order to be great. Before we get into it, this is our list, so we may agree to disagree on a few options here, but with that being said, down below let me know what you need from Scream 7. Any opinion is valid here. Lastly, the comment shout out from the previous video goes to Georgia Grove 6844. Thank you for the kind comment. I truly appreciate it. Now, let's get into the first thing that Scream 7 needs to do in order to be great. I need a brutal Sydney. With Scream 7 being the return of Sidney Prescott as the lead, one thing I need to see is her being brutal. I need to see her going for throats, dude. Now, I'm not saying I need to see her go the Samantha Carpenter route and just have like a dark side, but what I'm saying is I need to see her not holding back, just letting loose and fighting back. There has been Scream 7 rumors floating about claiming Sydney is going to lose someone important to her. Hearing this makes me think, oh shoot, old Marky Mark is Marky dead. If this comes to pass, I need to see Sydney join the offense, no longer waiting to be attacked. Watching Sydney plan out, theorize, and go after Ghostface will be a sight to behold. We've seen something of the sort before, like the finale of Scream 3 and in Scream 5, but hear me out, that's the final act. I want to see her hold nothing back and take out the cult of Ghostfaces because yes, Stu will be returning! Nah, but you never know. Well, when the movie releases, then you would know. You know what I mean, man. Either way, a vicious and unrelenting Sydney Mother Truckin' Prescott is a need Scream 7 has to implement for me. The next thing I need to see from Scream 7 is perhaps something we all need.
I need it!
At least that's my guess. What I need to see in Scream 7 is fresh motives / killers. Yeah, this might seem simple, and you would be correct, but it's seemingly something lost to time in the Scream franchise. Hear me out. How many times have we seen the revenge plot? Arguably 3 times. How many times have we seen the love interest be revealed to be a killer? 3 times. Don't go forgetting that Scream TV series on me now. But do you see what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of fun and unique motives. I mean, look at Mickey, Jill, and technically Stu. Here lately, we have just been getting reused old material, and all I'm asking for is the series to become fresh again.
You?
Yeah, of course me.
The revenge plot, the family being the killers, boyfriends donning the mask, give it all a break, let them rest, and instead break new ground. I need to have Scream surprise me again, have me bean boozled, dude, slap me in the mouth with unforeseen knowledge. Because, no offense to Scream 6, it was mad predictable, for the most part. To prove that, go check out one of my earliest videos predicting every character's outcomes in Scream 6. Now, I wasn't fully correct, I won't lie to you, but I wasn't fully incorrect either. In a franchise built on surprises and betrayal, I need Scream 7 to truly trick me. But trust, this won't be a trick, just a certain cop with a PSA.
Hello, everybody. This is a message from Ty Sippin and me, Dewey.
Please subscribe, like, etc., share with your friends, and enjoy all the incredible horror movie content. My friend Ty's channel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dewey. Still hurt we won't see you in Scream 7. Or will we? We've seen tapes with the deceased before, but enough about me. What do y'all need from Scream?
The first thing that I would like to see in Scream 7 is for them to take a step back from the franchise. What I mean by that is to stop referring to and taking inspiration from other Scream installments and to instead take it from outside material. They did this very well in Scream and Scream 2, where they took inspiration from other movies, and it is what made those movies really great because yes, it was self-aware, but it was self-aware to the entire genre and not just the Scream universe itself. As much as I love the Scream movies, it would be nice to see them go back to their roots and to actually start being and feeling a bit more like a Scream movie again. Whilst the most recent installments have been good, they've not been the best, and that's partly to do with being so self-aware and trying to be so meta that they completely lose what the franchise is. Another thing that I would like to see in Scream 7 is them completely ignore any family motive. So no family revenge killers and no targeting somebody because of who their family is. Now I know the latter of the two may be slightly hard to steer away from, because if Sydney's children are going to be targeted by Ghostface, it's very likely that part of that motive is going to be due to who their mother is. However, I don't want that to be the primary motive. I want the motive to be something refreshing and something that hasn't been used previously. In Scream and Scream 2, the motives were fun and refreshing because they hadn't been done before, but since then everything has sort of been recycled or in parts regurgitated, which is where I think Scream 6 let itself down, because the motives were basically just the same as what Mrs. Loomis's was, which was quite boring to watch and quite predictable.
You?
Yeah, of course, me.
Hey, bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
I want them to completely step away from that, take a risk and come up with a motive that is shocking, and that won't only just shock the characters, but also the audience as well.
HorrHer, I fully agree with you. We need fresh takes. Taking too much from the previous movies and simply replaying the same motives, the same killers, has just started hurting the series. For the serious Scream fans, we need something fresh, something outside the realm of what we have gotten accustomed to. Scream 6 is still a great movie, don't get me wrong, but it's just one of the weaker entries because it relies too heavily on the success of the previous films, specifically Scream 2. So stepping outside the box is a must. I fully agree. What about you?
Oh, Sippin, Sippin, Sippin. Did you really think you could get away with asking me to only do only two things that Scream 7 needs to do? No. So get ready for the 5 things that Scream 7 needs to do. Number 1, no character should be off limits. Sorry, Sally. You thought you were the final girl, but you were the first to get stabbed in the face. Number 2, bring back Stu. We all want it. We all need it. Give us the Macher.
Finally! I started this shit brick by brick. It's my shit. Ownership.
Number 3, quit trying to be cute with the, oh, look at us. Guess how many killers we have? I don't know. No. There better be only 2. Just 2. At number 4, I'm tired. Oh, so tired. Of all of this online banter. So, kill every OG character and be done with it. And at number 5, the writing needs to be meta. More meta than has ever meta'd in writing before. I don't even know what that means, but it better happen.
MisterHotTake coming in with some hot takes as usual, and bro went ahead and just added on a few extra needs. I respect it. Bro knows what he wants. While I may or may not agree with some of these, all I have to say is, Stu! Hearing this makes me think how wild it would actually be if they did go ahead and take out every legacy/OG character. It would split the audience, that I do know. Oh, and that I would be a broken man. Yeah. But what's something you need to see from Scream 7?
Alright, so my first want for Scream 7 is that I want Gale to revert back to how she was in Scream 5 near the end of it. Pretty much at the end of Scream 5, Gale was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a book for Dewey. Then that never happened and she just wrote a book about the events of Scream 5. Like, you know, it was the perfect balance of her classic wit while also showing some emotional growth for Dewey. You know, she was handling Dewey's depth, and then Scream 6, well, that just never happened. Like, she was so just needlessly rude and selfish in, like, Scream 6. Like, it felt as if they just taken her character and just gone, so how was this character, you know, a few years ago? Oh, alright, let's just do that again. Let's make her a bitch. So they make her more like Scream 2 or 3, where she was primarily just focused on getting the story rather than showing the depth that she gained over the time. You know, writing a book about the new killings, even though she said she wouldn't. And, you know, she literally just instigated Sam, which kind of felt extremely out of character. Got punched. You know, I'm not really the biggest fan of Scream 6 anyway. I just feel like it's a giant rip-off of Scream 2, but guys, like, you could have made Gale a bit different. Like, for Scream 7, she should definitely return to the more well-rounded version of Gale. Still ambitious, you know. I'm not saying she doesn't need to be, you know, mean. I'm saying that she needs to have a brain and, you know, maybe, you know, have a bigger role in taking down Ghostface, maybe even sacrifice herself for Sydney, you know, so that Sydney can survive and, you know, live with her kids and husband if her husband isn't the killer, because I have the slight suspicion that he is, but, you know, we just ignore that. Anyway, my second want for Scream 7. Well, pretty much, I want something we've never seen before. No more mirroring, no more copying the other movies, something fresh. Even if it's, you know, tackling a new, like, topic in horror, where it's pretty much just, you know, currently we're reverting back to the time when it was really gory and tortury, but they have much more plot. I don't really see it happening with Kevin Williamson, sadly, because he is not the biggest fan of gore, apparently, which, come on, Kevin. Gore is awesome. In movies. And, you know, as much as I'd love to see, I guess, them do that, I'd like to see them tackle something else. Maybe they can go, like, for a load of, like, the more elevated horror now. They spoke about it in Scream 5, but they didn't really tackle that. And, you know, we heard the people talking that this might be true crime inspired, this new Scream movie. So maybe they're gonna, like, tackle those, like, all those reporters and stuff who just sort of, you know, talk about and investigate, quote unquote, a story when they're not really doing any investigating and they're really just hurting the people who are involved with it. By the way, Sippin, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Well, I think by now we all know that I agree with the new and fresh take, as it's seemingly something we all need and want to see, as the franchise has started to become stale. And that shouldn't happen. This series is known for being meta and referencing real-world events and pop culture, but as of lately, it's seemingly died down, and I think we as a collective need that to come back. Speaking on coming back, Gale. I agree. Scream 5 had some great development from Gale, but 6 just grabbed that rug and yanked it, dude. She became Scream 1 Gale again, it seemed. She made the book on the killers when she claimed she would focus on my boy Dewey, man. I love Gale as a character, and I don't want to see her continue this path. Bring her back into her correct story. That's what we need. What about you?
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Kyle Chris Flett from Flett Movies and Pop Culture 13, here to discuss the two things I want from Scream 7. Number one, the first thing I want back from Scream 7 is the mystery and the shock factor for Scream 7. I don't want to figure out the killers right off the bat. I want the mystery aspect, and I want to be shocked. I want something that would shock me, that'll leave me, leaving Scream 7, that'll leave me in shock and happy at the same time. I want the mystery factor. I don't want to figure out who the killers right away. I want to be surprised who the killers are, and I want to be shocked. I want a shocked moment that happens in Scream 7. I want something that's shocking. So that's my number one. So my number two is I don't want the same ending I see in every single Scream. I don't want to see that I have the same ending where you just figure out who the killers are and then kills them at the end. I don't want to see the same darn ending where it's just, you know, you defeat the killers and that's it. I want to see an ending where you do defeat the killers, but a third Ghostface comes out of nowhere and kills someone that's important to you, and then calls Sydney, whoever, says this ain't over yet. I want a Ghostface. I want to leave on a cliffhanger where it leaves where a Ghostface has the final say and kills somebody, and then that where it ends. I want a different ending, not where you just kill the killers and that's it. I want an ending where Ghostface comes in and then calls whoever it is and says it ain't over yet, and that's where it ends. And like, oh my goodness, and that would get me excited for Scream 8 if there ever is a Scream 8. So that's the two things I want from Scream 7. Thank you, Sippin, for asking me to do this. This is a lot of fun, and I know Shay has joined us as well. So thank you, everyone who's going to watch this video. Go subscribe to Sippin Ice and of course Shay from SheaRant. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Flett. A surprising movie with a new ending would be amazing. Speaking on the new ending, you mentioned a Ghostface getting away, and I actually would love to see that, as it's something different we haven't seen before.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Though that ending would solely require a follow-up, so that would mean a Scream 8, which I'm not opposed to. I'm biased, I'll admit that. Like I said, it's been my favorite franchise for a minute now. But with that being said, that's been 10 things Scream 7 needs to do in order to be successful, at least in our eyes. We won't agree fully on what we would like to see happen. I mean, look at the Stu conspiracy theory. That one literally has the audience split down the middle. And that's okay. We all prefer different things. That's one of the things I love about doing YouTube. The difference in opinions. Speaking of opinions, let me know yours. What does Scream 7 need to do in order for it to be a hit for you? Let me know down in the comments, and for all you Scream fans that enjoy the theorizing side, make sure you check out my video where I cover some conspiracy theories regarding the Scream franchise that I found around the internet. To watch that, click here. I appreciate you, stay chill, and I will see you next time.